worse than you. Like, it's just pressure with people.
For sure. So I think I'm gonna buy some audio tonight. Some mics for the videoing.
So what are you looking for? What are you gonna do? What are you gonna get?
I think I'm gonna do those two that like clip on you. Like I'm gonna get like a dual set. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's what we should do. Yeah.
I mean, the boom mic sounds good too, but like I think for what I do, like it's more like me talking or us talking. You know what I mean? So
if you're doing like interview stuff, lavs work great.
It's kind of like what we're doing the most of. But like I don't know, we'll see. Like when we're on that ship though, I'm gonna be like out, but I'll probably commentating while I'm doing it or whatever. So that would make sense.
Are they wireless lavs?
They're gonna be wireless, yeah.
Because I haven't looked at those in a while because we used to use those when I did a news show with my kids. When I taught. And it was a really nice news studio that we had set up in the high school. But make sure you get windscreens for them.
For sure. Yeah. So I want to try. So the next one might be like a dining review, maybe try that like in a loud area. Even though like I'm gonna get like the heebie-jeebies, like being like in a restaurant trying to record. Like I'm like gonna be that guy.
Tacos.
I know. Oh yeah, we're like disturbing other people. Like I want to be respectful, you know. So
dude, I'm an influencer. Back off people.
Whatever. Like only 100 people watched that golf one.
I'm trying to. I haven't seen that one yet. That was what I was gonna watch today. Then I don't know why I didn't. Because my foot was hurting so bad.
It's kind of fun. It's a short one too. So.
Oh, I thought it was long. See,
it was like 25 minutes. I called short compared to like the Starbucks one.
Yeah, I thought it was. Yeah, so I got it. Yeah, I am watching that.
It's fun to do, Mike. I'm having fun with them.
It's good. That's the whole point. That's why I love doing the show.
I got to find out for you what day works for Memorial Day weekend. Did you ask Pam at all?
I have not, because Paige has been home, dude. It's been a whirlwind. I think she's like.
Okay, I mean we're chill. Like me, Jared, Stacey, like we can figure it out. But
same. But I gotta ask her. The thing is, though, I know what I'm gonna get from her. She's gonna be like, I don't know, because like I couldn't even get breakfast out of her last night at midnight.
Should we plan on like Sunday then? Like we're gonna get there like Friday night, maybe Saturday. We do some Edwardsville stuff, and maybe we head over to St. Louis on Sunday.
We never have plans for anything. That's what I'm saying, because I won't get an answer.
All right. I'll text Jared and Stacey after this, then I'll text you and like just to have an idea. Like we don't have to like have a framework. But
yeah. But you want to do? We're gonna do sneak in a live show like in there?
Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
I'll set it up. Okay,
we'll figure it out.
Katie Coppersmith or Kat Coppersmith said, "I missed the last few podcasts. Where's Scotty G's next adventure?
Oh,
you're going to Europe. He's European vacation this summer.
Yes,
next month actually.
Yeah, I thought about that for my next one to try out the mics is to like just walk and like just talk about like what our favorite things we're looking forward to on the trip is. Too, you gotta do because you could have like wind, you know, and I think it'd be a good way to like test it out, you know.
Yes, you totally should. Oh my gosh. Okay, here we go. If I scream, it's because my foot hurts, people. Because I'm a hard head and I'm an idiot. I'm getting no love from my girls because I don't deserve love because I'm an idiot. Okay, here we go. And if you're mean and don't call, I will I'll stick my foot in front of the camera and that'll be it. And Scott will bail and the show will be over. So you don't want to see that, even though I got it wrapped.
I had an early lunch and I golfed and I walked. So like I'm hungry. So
I'm starving too. So I did not have to talk about we're having Pam's favorite pizza after the show. So here we go.
Most people are probably gonna be with their moms today anyway, right?
I know. That's why it's gonna probably be a short one. If we don't get calls, we'll talk about a couple of the highlights we got today and we'll call it a show. All right, let's see here. Here we go. I got that. All right. Oops, I gotta hit this button. Oops. All right, gotta hit this button. Here we go. Well, hey, everybody. Welcome to the BOGP Open Line for Sunday night, May 11th. It's Mother's Day here on the BOGP Open Line. It's you, me, and Scotty G, and an audience of thousands here around the world. We're going to have a good time tonight talking Disney at 407-413-9395. That's 407-413-9395. We have some breaking news today. How about that? Dropping news on Mother's Day. But first of all, happy Mother's Day to all of our Disney moms out in our audience. We love you guys. We know that we, as husbands, we don't appreciate you enough. We all have our moms, and we know that we probably put you through the ringer multiple times a day. I know I did for my mom and my grandma and everybody that I came in contact with. My wife, I still do. I'm probably a third child. She says it all the time. So today, My sidekick is here. We're gonna have a good time. My brother from another mother, and apparently from this week, a Michigan man. We have Scotty G. How's Jim Harbaugh?
I didn't see good old Coach Harbaugh.
Are you wearing khakis tonight? Is the question. That's what and like Nikes and khakis.
I know. Maybe I should have wore khakis on the tour. I wore jeans and a dress shirt. But yeah. Happy Sunday to you, Mike. I survived Ann Arbor. It was fine. I mean, it's like an hour from here. It's the rival. You know, I've been there many times, but never actually did like an official campus tour. So that was kind of cool. I will tell you though, this is not the homer in me. Their campus, not as spectacular as Michigan State's, I got to say. I mean, that's me being honest. And I've heard others say that too. Even like Michigan fans will say that. People that went there, maybe. I don't know. Maybe not people that went there, but it is beautiful. There are some cool buildings. It was nice because like you can't really see their campus from the streets, like the roads. You know, you had to like get into it. So it was kind of nice to get into it. But the tour was very short. We didn't go into a classroom. We didn't go into a dorm. So that like was kind of disappointing because those are things you kind of want to see, right? So you might do another tour on our own.
I know you need to contact Connor Stallions.
There you go.
you got to get the right tour
guy. That guy might be able to hook it up, right? Yeah,
exactly. What are you doing?
You know, just bribe him a little bit. He might let you in to one of those dorms. Yeah, just got to cheat a little bit. But yeah, so it was cool to see. We actually might go back because they gave us like a do your own kind of self-guided tour because we only saw Central Campus and there's 3 like kind of campuses. So we might try it again. Maybe we'll vlog that one because it'll be a little bit easier. But it was cool to see. We had a great meal afterwards, kind of like a Mother's Day brunch on a Saturday. And yeah, happy to be here on Sunday answering calls from our favorite people. You know, this is like one of my favorite shows of the week.
Yeah, and we know that people are probably, as we're recording live here on Mother's Day, late afternoon, early evening, probably out with their wives and moms and everything, having dinner because you're trying to keep in good graces, which you should be. Moms should be kicking back and enjoying the day. So we'll take the calls, and if we don't get a ton of calls, we'll make this a shorter show. But we do have some breaking news that we found out, and we've been talking about it all afternoon since early this morning in the clubhouse, the BOGP clubhouse, which you can get in on. The conversation happens 24/7, literally, because we have so many folks from overseas that it is just always going. That we got a date early this morning for Tiana's Bayou Adventure opening date. And it's ironic because I did hear this afternoon, I haven't seen this published anywhere, but did you see that somebody said that they pulled the date back, that it was maybe a mistake? Somebody posted that just in the last hour.
Yeah, so I don't know. I've been on the golf course all day, so I don't know a whole lot about this. I saw like they were going to announce it on American Idol.
I did see that first,
but then all of a sudden there's a date, so that's where I feel like it's confusing. Yeah,
that's what I see. And so Scott Gustin posted, and Disney feeds the information to him. It's like if you're an Apple fan, Mark Gurman, they give everything to him. So like you know, like it's fed to him. So you know that's like solid. That's why I always retweet him.
He's a solid
than anybody else. Like if it's him, it's solid. Mm-hmm. So I saw that early this morning, posted that American Idol, stay tuned. They're going to give you some information. Then immediately somebody's like, boom, June 28th. And I'm like, whoa, what's going on? Because I thought we had to tune into American Idol. What's going to happen on American Idol? Yeah. And so I thought that date was interesting. And I think it's credible because I think they do want to have it open for the 4th of July because it's going to be obviously a busy weekend. It's a holiday weekend. It'd be great for promotional stuff. It'll look good for the holiday weekend. But it's ironic because you and I have been, you were saying Juneteenth, I was saying 4th of July, and I mean, wham,
right in the middle.
We split it right down the middle. I was thinking we couldn't have been like right down the middle more.
Yeah, I know. I think it's going to be legit because like, where did that date come from? I think there was like a press release that may have been pulled or something that someone just submitted. They hit the button a little too early, and it happens, you know, in a big company like that. So if it's going to be June 28th, that's great for all those. I mean, that's the thing. Some people are going to miss out, Mike, potentially. Like, oh man, I was going home on the 27th, you know, like that breaks you a little bit. Maybe there'll be some previews. I know we don't have any details on that either right now. So you never know.
Yeah. I mean, there's always going to be somebody that's like, you know, if they'd open on the 4th of July, I'm going home right before the holiday. Or if they'd have opened it on Juneteenth, you know, so, I was going down right to school.
What about you? Are you going to want to get a 1-day ticket now?
So here's a question I wanted to bring to our audience, and I am dead serious about this question because I've been wondering how people feel, because I don't feel like, no, I'm not getting a 1-day ticket for this attraction, and here's why. Philosophically, is this a new attraction Or is this a retheme of an old attraction? I don't see this as a new attraction. Yeah. I still see this as a retheme of an old attraction. Just kind of like I don't see that Frozen Ever After is technically a new attraction. It's still kind of Maelstrom with a new skin. Because they didn't really
yes and no for me, but yeah.
I mean, I think Maelstrom to Frozen Ever After is probably more of a new attraction than Splash Mountain to Tiana's Bayou Adventure. Having not ridden it yet, I think I could be wrong. What do you think?
I mean, so the track system will be the same, right? So like the ride system mechanics, but like all the animatronics, the story will be different, the music. So it's gonna feel new, but yeah, like. I mean, I don't think they're going to take any of the. I mean, obviously the main drop is still going to be there, but I don't think they've like done any other changes to the ride system. So I see what you're saying there, Mike. Like you've done that before, but you haven't done it to that cool theme, like on the Bayou. Like I know, but I thought that was tricky because you're going to have your whole family there, but that would be expensive just to do a 1-day ticket before your cruise, and that's not in the plans. But you're going to be so close to trying it, though. You're going to be right there.
Yeah, no, I'm not paying that much for one ride, dude. I would not even buy an individual lightning lane if I was in there with an annual pass. Like,
would you go by yourself? Do you have your annual pass? Like, you can hop in there and just do it.
No, I probably won't. I wouldn't do that to my family. Like, I don't feel the need to ride it that much. Like, I mean, I'm excited for it, and if my family was in there, I would rope drop it and I would go straight there. That'd be my first attraction in the park. But I've done Splash Mountain so many times in my life. Like, I want to do this new version of it, but I'm not losing my mind like Tron or like, something.
That's weird to me. Yeah, that's crazy. I'm more excited for this than Tron. But
see, like Tron was like totally like ground, like from the ground up, or so. I'm trying to think of something different, like not even Seven Dwarfs Mine Train, because that was like your typical, like just mine train roller coaster. I mean, that wasn't even. I'm trying to think of something that would be. Because even Guardians of the Galaxy, when I went down there, I was pretty excited for that until it almost made me hurl. Like, because that was like a brand new roller coaster nobody had ever seen. Like, they've been building it for like 4 years, and the building was huge. I was like, what is in that building? I'm super excited for it. Don't get me wrong. Like, when I go in there the next time I'm there and like I have my ticket, I'm rope dropping and I'm going straight back. Like, that's going to be my first ride. But am I paying like for a 1-day ticket to ride this? Heck no, because I'm cheap. Like, I mean, it's just, there's no.
Yeah, I know a 1-day ticket is so expensive. That I was kind of half joking with that question because I know you're gonna have. Well, you're gonna have Zoe and pay, like you're gonna have 5 people. Like,
you're
spending $1,000 just to ride an attraction.
Yeah. Guess what? We're seeing the free drone show at Disney Springs.
I mean, that's cool as heck. Yeah, I love that. Yeah.
Burger or Polite Pig and calling it a night. You know what I'm saying? There you go. Getting out there for like $200.
And you're gonna see it. You're gonna see it plenty of times, right? Yeah, exactly. There's gonna be future trips.
It'll be there for 20 years. Exactly. It'll be the same attraction. So. No. So another thing that I saw in the news today, real quick, as we're at the top of the show, we want to take your calls at 407-413-9395. So give us a holler, get in on the questions we're having here. We want you in on the conversation. Is that I saw that today, May 12th, is the very last day for the flotillas over at Animal Kingdom. No more flotillas. They're moving all the character meet and greets to land. So that COVID invention gone for good.
Man, that kind of breaks my heart a little bit because I loved seeing those. Like,
me too.
You would just be walking by like across a bridge, and all of a sudden you hear like like this like great music.
Well,
like,
they are
looking around. Where's the drums coming from?
Well, they are keeping one, and that's the drummers. The drummers are staying. Okay. There's a drum group that's the only one they're keeping. But the character flotillas are gone. Like any that have characters, gone.
That must be out. Those are so fun to see. Like. Oh. I mean, I know it was like a weird time, but like I loved that. I thought that was one of the best things that came out of that. It was just like great entertainment that you could just see the characters floating by as you were just enjoying your Animal Kingdom day. But if that means more meet and greets on land, then that could be a good thing, right? Because then you can actually have those interactions with those characters in a different way. But yeah, like I want both. I'm greedy, Mike. I want both of them.
I know, because I was wondering, because I love the flotillas because they're kind of like that surprise and delight experience that a lot of people get to have all at once. Just walking from Discovery Island over to Africa, and all of a sudden you see the boat go, come approach the bridge, and it's, I don't know, Pumbaa, and he's waving and you're waving and you get a shot of him. But I mean, again, at best you might get a selfie that's probably kind of challenging to take.
Oh,
where if Pumbaa moves now to land, you're going to get a great shot. You're going to probably get 10 pictures. So it's probably a better photo experience to share on social media. But yeah, it's one of those things. I think that they nailed it for COVID. That was social distance. It was a great opportunity to see the characters. So as bad as COVID was, and we went down there a lot during that time, especially together. We did a lot of trips together. There were things that Disney really kind of knocked out of the park that are, I'm glad that we're back to normal. Don't get me wrong, but that was one of the better things, I think.
That was definitely one of the better things. Now, did they say in this announcement at all if Kite Tales is coming back? Because I loved that show. Like
they're hooking into the drones. I think,
dude, that was the best thing, man. Like, I don't know if you actually saw it, but I would just crack up the entire time I was in there. It would get hot though. That was a problem. That theater area, like during the day, gets blazing hot. But man, that would be awesome if they bring that back. But I know that won't happen.
I never saw Kite Tales.
Oh man, it was so good.
You loved it. It's so funny.
Just to see like the balloon crashing at the end. Oh man, that was like the first reel I ever made. I think was like the
Baloo he's bear, right?
Baloo the balloon just crashing into the stands, man.
So
it was awesome.
I never got to see that, and very few people did. So that's really, I was wondering that. So that's another topic I want to bring to the table tonight, because we've been having some fun discussions. And shout out to Trisha, one of our great Disney moms on Mother's Day here in our Discord up in Wisconsin, who always hosts a daily trivia question in the clubhouse, which jump in and just do the daily trivia. No prizes, except for you get to have some pride when you get it right. And every once in a while I get one right, and I'm like, yes, because we got smoked in trivia. We did a big trivia for our football team Friday night, and we were winning the first couple rounds. We got the Smarty trophy. We took our picture with it. We're like, we're going home with the money, baby, because it's a 10-round trivia, 10 questions each round. Then the last two categories, Friends and Marvel.
Oh man, you needed me.
That's what I said I think I said on Mike in the Midwest today, if you're a Patreon supporter. So I said, if I'd have had some of my friends like Scott, I said, dude, Scott was telling the whole ship a couple of podcast cruises ago after Mixology, every Friends fact in the world, whether you wanted to know it or not. So I needed Scott at the table for Friends, and half the Discord could have helped me out for Marvel, because none of us knew Marvel. We got eliminated the last two rounds. So anyway.
Side note, I like Pam's hair. She kind of curled her hair that day. It looked like, I liked it.
I thought that would help us. I don't know. Mallory did that for her. So, we're the cheer parent table out of 50 tables. We were rocking it. The cheer parents trying to steal the moolah in trivia. But anyway, Trisha hosts trivia. Now I forgot where I was going with this. Oh, so this week we've been talking about Star Wars weekends, right? Kind of the theme was Star Wars stuff and Star Wars weekends, and it got us talking about hyperspace hoopla. So I have a question, and we got a call, but I want to take this call. But the question's going to be after this call, and I'll ask our caller this too. What is the most unique thing you have done or seen at Walt Disney World that you think maybe nobody else has seen in our audience? Like the most obscure thing you've gotten to do that nobody else has gotten to do. But we have our first caller of the night. Hey, who's joining us? Thanks for calling in.
Mike, Scotty G, this is Jared.
Jared. What is going on?
What's going on, guys?
Hopefully good to see
Scotty
you.
G, that is one sharp-looking shirt you got on.
Oh, I appreciate that. I got the good old whale rocking today. And it's blue. It looks like it's in the ocean. I love it.
Scott always looks good.
Fresh from the whale store.
That's right. Mike, in a couple of weeks, I'm gonna go to Jared.
I got to tour the new whale store down at Disney's. No, it is Disney Springs. I almost called it the wrong thing again. How many years has it been Disney Springs?
I still call it Downtown Disney, but that's West Coast. So.
Forever and always.
Old school. Yeah. So it looks, Kim Taylor posted some pictures in our Discord. She said it's small.
Actually, it's quite a bit bigger than the one we had down at Plaza Frontenac, which is, that's not easy, or that's not hard to do.
Plaza Frontenac. I always make fun of my girls when they go there. I'm like, we are not Plaza Frontenac people. Only St. Louis people will get that reference, but go ahead.
So we went in there, and I was doing research for the show, right? Sure. Scotty G asked me if they had any cross promotion collab, Vineyard Vines, Disney stuff, which they do not. So I asked the guy that was working there, one of the salespeople that was working there, about promotional or cross promotional items like that, and he's like, we've been open for 1 week and 1 day, and everybody asks that question. And as of right now, they do not. But with everybody asking it, clearly the demand is there. So he's pretty confident that they will shortly.
Awesome. No, that's good to hear. But I feel like we see that in the resorts, though. Didn't you send me some resort merch, because I think Grand Floridian, for instance, has like a VV it
was Key West. We were it was pre-cruise breakfast at Olivia's, and while we were waiting for our table, looking through the gift shop, and they had Vineyard Vines, Old Key West, shirts and pullovers.
Yeah, love
so
that.
It does exist. It is a thing that exists in the wild. They just don't have it at the Vineyard Vines store yet.
That's awesome. So Jared, you just got back from a 7-night Eastern Caribbean cruise, which I believe our boy Mike is going to be doing. So do you have some highlights to share for him?
Yes, that's what I was getting ready to ask. So,
oh my gosh.
Yeah, I just checked 54 days.
Spectacular. It was spectacular. So yeah, we got back Sunday night, and this week, guys, this week has been rough. This is the biggest case of vacation brain I have ever had to encounter. Getting through this week was a total nightmare, but that means that my vacation was just that much more spectacular. We went down about 4 nights, I guess, before the cruise, and spent 3 days in the parks while we still had our annual passes. Sadly, while we were out at sea, our passes expired on April 30, so we are former annual pass holders. But the cruise itself, the cruise was amazing. Mike, it's 3 days at sea.
That is going to be the bomb. Was that the best way to start? I mean, it's like you get on a Saturday, you don't even get to a port till Tuesday. I can't imagine. That's going to be wild.
It was for me because Stacey and I had never been on a Dream class ship before, so this was our first time on the Fantasy, and never had been on a ship like that. So to get 2 full days at sea to explore the ship, learn about the ship, find our favorite spots, for me it was the best way to do it. I like it. I like a sea day myself, so
it's my favorite. So
it was awesome. It was awesome.
Let me ask you this. I got a couple. I got to get you some questions before you go. So, best of the adult bar areas, because my favorite on the ship, O'Gill's. I love O'Gill's, but it's a sports bar. I mean, that's pretty predictable. What about you? What was your favorite?
No question, it was Skyline. So we did O'Gill's. So embarkation day. What we do is we like to try out all of the little bar areas, the lounges, to see which one is going to have the best bartenders, the best servers, the best personal interaction to hang out. And on this one, it was Skyline. O'Gill's, there was no personality with the crew that was working in that space at that time. Not to say that O'Gill's couldn't be an awesome spot. Just for us, this time it was not. But for us, it was Skyline. We had, Yelena was the head bartender. We had Ella from Ukraine, who was like the bar back, and Damien from South Africa, who was the server. It was awesome. We went there like every single day, closed the place down every single night.
That's awesome. Mike, we have some good memories in Skyline. Remember in Jamaica, we had our mixology.
Yeah, the guy from Jamaica that balanced
he balanced like 2 bottles on his nose or whatever.
Tequila bottle on his nose, and because we did a 7-night podcast cruise on the Fantasy of Western, and we had so many people on the cruise, and we did this on the Dream too. We had so many people on the cruise, we had to do 2 separate mixology classes because we couldn't fit people into one, so we had to do 2 different ones of mixology, and somebody didn't show up to the second one. So I did back-to-back mixologies, and I got messed up. I think, Scott, you did too, didn't you?
Oh, I've done that many times.
Oh, my God. For somebody that never drinks, it was just a mistake. But I'm like, somebody's like, you're hosting. You need to be at both. I'm like, I don't even drink. And they're just throwing them at me. But one of them was in Meridian. We did back-to-backs. And were you on that one? The one where
Meridian. Jared, did you go to Meridian, that bar between Paulo and Remy?
So Stacey and I also did 2 mixologies on this cruise, and we weren't even participating in a podcast cruise. But we did one on that first day at sea up in Meridian. And then we had another one a few days later in Skyline. So we got to kind of experience both of them.
Awesome. I love Meridian. I just love that bar. I don't know, something about the views of the ocean from up there. It's just a gorgeous bar.
I just remember that was the one that got me. Was the one in Meridian. It was a back-to-back in Meridian. That one got me worse than any other mixology class. So, Rogan, so you guys went to Tortola, you went to St. Thomas. What were highlights of your ports?
In Tortola, we did the zip line tour.
Oh, we're doing that in Tortola. Was that awesome? That's what we're signed up for. That's awesome that you did that.
It was so fun.
Sweet.
The bus trip, the bus ride, or the van ride up to the zip line is interesting.
Oh God!
They cram you into this. I can't even call it a glorified church bus because it's like a micro church bus, but it still seats like 12 or 15 people. And all these islands are basically, they're just little mountains out in the middle of the ocean.
Yeah.
So you're going up these steep hills, and this van had air conditioning, but when you're going up a steep hill, the guy would get over the PA, says, "Please open up the windows," and he would turn off the AC so that the van could make it up the hill.
Oh, Lord. So it's gonna get smoking hot, and I'm gonna get burned. Oh, wonderful.
No, it was great. The whole experience in and of itself was spectacular. They take you up, not the highest point of the island, but it's pretty high up, and it overlooks the port. So you're zip lining out over basically tropical island jungle with your ship in the background down at the bottom of the
that's nice.
at the bottom of the mountain.
That'll be cool. I can't wait because we did this on our honeymoon in Jamaica. Yeah. Sweet, but I was much younger back then.
Yeah, on our St. Thomas Day, we actually took a side trip over to St. John and did some hopping around over there, checking out some of the local flavor, if you will.
Nice.
Awesome. What about Castaway? What'd you do on Castaway this time? Because I know, like, if people don't know, like Jared and Stacy, like they had their honeymoon on Disney Cruise Line, then they waited like 15, 20 years to go back to Disney Cruise Line. So I know Castaway has changed a lot, and you went over the podcast cruise because you got canceled on your cruise before then. But did you get off the ship this time? Did you explore Castaway?
We did. We did the 5K just because it feels like the thing you have to do as, quote unquote runners.
Yep.
Yeah.
So we did that. And we spent the rest of the time over at Serenity Bay, just relaxing and not doing a darn thing.
So that place actually exists because I've never been there.
We are going to go there this time because Mallory's got her cousin's going with us, so that allows Paige, Pam, and I to go do adult stuff.
Wow. So it does exist.
Okay. Well, I think it does. At the end, I've seen it at the end of the airstrip during the 5K. I think.
I'm going to give you a warning to temper your expectations.
Oh,
it is a beach, and that's pretty much it.
That's fine.
So, like, the family,
that's great.
The family beach, has all of this, all this movement, all this kinesis, things moving around. You've got the water slides out there. You've got the people snorkeling out there. You got the ship over in the background. When you're over Serenity Bay, it's a beach.
It's Serenity
and
Bay.
Some people love that. That's what some people want. But for us, it was just like, the whole benefit of Serenity Bay rather is that there are no kids. And if that's what you're looking for, you're going to have the time of your life.
Dude, I taught school for 17 years. I am totally cool with that for 3 hours.
I see what Jared's saying though, because like I kind of want the
No, I
like
do.
the action, like, yeah.
Hey, I totally hear what you're saying. I love, like, it's why I like Pop Century. I like the energy. I don't like a dead like hotel or a dead theme park. Dude, 3 hours on the beach with no kids, I can take Serenity. That's why it's called that. God, yeah, it sounds good. I'll take it.
So Jared, not to suck up all your time today, but
we were at Serenity.
Go ahead.
Sorry, go ahead, Scotty.
No, go ahead, Jared. What were you gonna say about Serenity Bay?
What I was saying is the other thing at Serenity Bay was the day we were there. There was seemed like an overabundance of moss or seagrass floating around in the water, which was kind of off-putting. It was a little bit gross, but it could have just been, hey, we got a bunch of rain the week before, and this is the after effects of that, or I don't know if that's just like the time of year, but yeah, just kind of like what we experienced when we were at Serenity Bay.
Awesome. And we've had days like that at Castaway Key too, where all that moss kind of comes in. I've had those too.
It happens. Yep. Real quick though, because I'm turning this into a mini trip report for you. So you had the cruise line, but you mentioned you were at Walt Disney World for a few days before. Any highlights there? I know Flower and Garden was happening. You know, I think you say that Pop Century perhaps for a couple of those nights. So anything cool you want to report back on the Walt Disney World trip?
Let's see. Yes, it was Flower and Garden. So we had to get down there because we did not get to experience that so far this year. So, you know, getting to see that was pretty cool. We stayed at Pop Century on the tail end of the trip. We stayed at our home resort of Grand Destino Tower. Nice. The first few nights of the trip. That's always a highlight. We love that place so much. I love it. We had dinner at Topolino's Terrace. I know what it is. Topolino's Terrace. Highlight of the trip was the sole, the fillet of sole from Topolino's Terrace. Again, doing some research for my buddy Scott. He had heard or had seen pictures that the fillet of sole may have changed from its original incarnation, and it's according to pictures, it looks like it has. It definitely is. What we got served or what was served to us is definitely different than the picture that I got from Scott. But the flavor was amazing. It still tasted so great. And what I don't know, Scott, is when you got yours and the previous ones that you've gotten, if they've deboned it at the table, because they don't do that anymore.
No, so I never had them debone it at the table for me, because I think you may have mentioned that, and I was like, well, maybe I've been on version 2 then or something, because I've never seen that before. But you don't know how happy that makes my heart, like hearing that the flavor like is good, because like I was worried when I saw your photo. I'm like, man, that looks different, and that's like my favorite dish of Walt Disney World. And sounds like it was a hit with you and Stacy too, which makes, and you guys have great taste. So I feel good. I feel confident that the soul is still the dish to get there.
I liked it.
It's awesome,
man. I cannot wait to get on that ship. So did you enjoy that? So now that you've been on the Wish and the Fantasy, which layout did you prefer? Because you've been on both in the last year.
Well, let's see. I prefer the layout of the Fantasy, right? The Wish is just a little too spread out for me. Like I like having the lounges in one consolidated area rather than pockets around different parts of the ship. Now, what I will say is, even though the Wish is laid out much more poorly than the Fantasy, I personally was able to navigate myself around the Wish better than the Fantasy. Now, I think I did more homework ahead of time on the layout of the ship to kind of know where things were, since the Wish cruises are so short. Yeah. This one, I did some cursory homework and knew like a general area of where things were. But I found myself, going down a stairwell or something, not knowing which direction to go and having to kind of like double check that one. But all in all, I prefer the Dream class. The Fantasy is a winner for me.
Yeah, I love those ships. That's my favorite class too. So, I mean, they're all great, but I'm the same way. I love back in Europa with like the Tube and Skyline and, O'Gill's and what's that? The whole, the like carousel Italian place that looks like a merry-go-round. That's so cool looking. We had a great,
we had tasting in there.
Oh my God. We did tequila in Ooh La La or whatever that place is, the champagne bar. We were arm wrestling Pitbull. It was wild.
Well, what happened, Jared, is that there was a group that didn't show up. So it was like our group. It was like me, Mike, Steve, Jay, Brandon, and Justin, I think. So we had like a big group, and there was another big group, and then this whole group didn't show up. So we decided that we were going to arm wrestle for all their tequila shots.
Yeah. We had to arm wrestle for the leftover tequila, and
it got pretty wild. Yeah,
dude, this guy looked like Pitbull, and scrawny us were arm wrestling this cat, and he was just like, let me just smoke all takers, and it was not pretty, but it didn't matter because we were already finished with our first round. So it was a good day though. And then the ironic part is we were in Ooh La La, which is the fancy, champagne bar. So
Well, anyway. Jared, it sounded like
all of the arm wrestling debauchery. Did you have fun?
Oh my God, we always have fun every second. I mean, too much fun.
That's and you're still here alive to tell the story, right?
Exactly. Again, it's Mother's Day. It's Mother's Day. Our wives were there, got us back to the stateroom somehow, and we're here to tell the tale. So that's how it works. Well, hey, we get together on Memorial Day, so I can't wait to see you guys. It's gonna be fun.
Oh yeah, that sounds great. I can't wait.
All right,
I need another break. I need another vacation.
Well, I don't know if this is vacation, but we'll do something fun.
One more quick thing before I go. On Serenity Bay, there were reports that somebody saw a 3 or 4 foot nurse shark in the water. So
great. You didn't have to say that. Why did you have to go in with that? Thanks.
Well, they're gentle, Mike.
No, I'm sure. Yeah, I'll need a nurse after the shark takes off.
Jared, you just asked the question to Mike, did he die? And then now you're talking about sharks. I mean, come on.
It's seriously. I mean, my right foot hurts so bad right now. I got a heartbeat in my right foot that, if it got chopped off, I don't even know because it hurts so bad. I'm trying to think. Would that matter?
Mike, when I was at Serenity Bay, there was a nurse shark in the water. Did I make it home? Yes. Did I die? No. Everything is good.
That means the law of averages is not in my favor, is the way I see that. So now I got to worry about the bus ride in Tortola and the nurse shark at Serenity Bay. Got 2 things to dream about.
Sounds like you're not getting off the ship, right? You're just going to enjoy it.
Hey, Mike, the next time it rains, step outside, see if you get struck by lightning.
Hey, we had a conversation about that with my wife the other night. She's like, we only got 2 laps left to walk around the lake. I'm like, lightning doesn't care if we only have 2 laps left. That lightning was close on the last strike. It doesn't matter if we have 2 laps left. Anyway, it's Mother's Day. I shouldn't say that. Jared, we'll see you soon, buddy. Thanks for the trip.
And you're taller.
That's what I said. That's exactly what I said. I said, I am the tallest thing around right now. That's why you are safe. Yeah. you read my mind. Exactly. Thanks, buddy. We'll talk to you soon.
All right, guys.
All right. Talk to you later. Right, see you. Bye. All right.
I'm glad he called because I know you're going to be doing that exact same itinerary here in less than 60 days.
I cannot wait to get on that bus. Church buses are awesome. All right. We have our next caller, and especially in mountains where you got to turn off the air conditioner to go up the hill and get hot. Hey, who's joining us?
Hey, it's Megan from Pennsylvania. How are you doing?
Megan, Pennsylvania. We're doing great. How are you doing?
Good. I'm doing well. I see some friends, they decided to spend Mother's Day in Disney, and I was like, man, that was a good idea, but I did not.
Well, we're all here and just hanging out. Yeah, we can't all be the smartest person in the room, I guess. So the moms that are at
Disney,
Mexico
Disney
and Epcot.
So
maybe the next holiday you'll be at Walt Disney World. Who knows?
There you go. Well, we do have your speaking about the cruise. That's our next trip we have planned. We're going out on the Dream for the first time this fall.
Oh my gosh, you're gonna love the Dream.
We're doing our first without kids trip. So we are looking forward to all the Serenity Bay and everything that you've been speaking about.
Hey, watch out! There's a nurse shark out there.
Apparently.
Jared is starting rumors now.
I know. No one's going to go out there now.
I think he's going back and he wants to have it all to himself. So now when are you going on the Dream?
November, the beginning of November. We're doing it for 10-year anniversary.
Oh, congratulations. That's how you do it. I've never done a trip without the kids except their honeymoon. That was it.
This will be our first one. So we're just doing a 3-night, just keeping it. They're still pretty young. So we're doing a 3-night, but we're looking forward to it. We're really looking forward because there's a stop at Castaway and a stop at Lookout Point on that one.
Oh,
so we're very pumped to check out Lookout Point.
You're going to be one of the first. You're going to have all the knowledge. So on the ship, on the Dream itself, because we both sailed the Dream multiple times, what are you looking forward to? Like as far as what you've read, looked at pictures, I'm sure you've watched vlogs. I mean, if you're like me, you're obsessed. Like, what are you looking forward to as far as the ship experience?
We've been on the Fantasy.
Oh, okay. Same thing.
Fantasy.
Okay.
We did the Wish last year, and when we were on it at the time, we were kind of missing things about the Fantasy. But now that we're going on the Dream, we're like, oh, but it's not going to have this that the Wish has. So I mean, they definitely have their own space. I think part of what makes people love the fantasy so much too is because most people have been on the fantasy for an entire week, and it really makes it feel like home.
Right. Did you just, I think I gotta give you a bell on that one. That is so true, because like you're always, the fantasy only sells 7-nighters for the most part. Now it's going to go back for people that are booking in the future. It's going to start doing 4 or 5. It's going to start doing really wonky cruises moving forward once the treasure starts sailing. So you might get it for a 4-nighter Bahamian. It's going to do all kinds of wild stuff here moving forward. But like for the legacy cruisers, if you've sailed the fantasy like me, it's probably been a 7-night Caribbean cruise. And you're right. You've been on that sucker for a long time. So it's probably been an awesome experience, because you got a whole week at sea with sea days and Palo brunches. And that's a good point. I never thought about it, because if you're on the Wish, it's a 3 or 4 night, boom, you're on, you're off.
Yeah. I mean, and we're looking forward to doing all the adult stuff, like not having to do any of the kids stuff this time. Like for the first time, we're going to have the late dining. So we're looking forward to, you know, kind of the extra relaxation and not rushing to dinner that's going to bring. And, you know, just sitting at the Cove Cafe and sitting in the adult area and going to Serenity Bay. And we're looking forward to just a more relaxed pace and literally just doing what we want.
Love it.
Scott, I've never been in Cove Cafe. Have you, Scott?
I've been to Cove Cafe. Yeah. But like, that's a great adult thing to do too, right? Like you can just relax, wake up early, don't have to worry about getting, I don't know how old your kids are, but getting them around for the day, you know, you can just do what you want, which is amazing to think, right? Like, we're just going to do what we want today. And I just love that.
Yeah. And of course, they're kind of, especially my 7-year-old, he's saying, not fair. You're going on a Disney cruise without us. And I said, we're literally just going to do the things that are boring. We're going to enjoy our meals, and we're going to sit on the beach, literally things you don't want to do. So it's going to be okay. We'll do all the adventure and crazy stuff when we go back with you.
Megan, I was going to comment. So a couple of Memorial Day weekends ago, like we booked a cruise on the Dream, a 3-nighter, like 2 days before.
Wow, I remember that weekend.
It was crazy. So the only option we had was second dining, and which we always do, like the main, like the first dining, and we loved it. Oh my God. Like it was our favorite thing. Like it was just, it wasn't as crowded, it seemed like, in the dining rooms. And like, we weren't rushed to like get ready for dinner. You know, we can go to the show first, which we liked, or do whatever we wanted. Like we loved second dining. So I'll be curious to hear what you think about that. But we were big fans personally.
I'm looking forward to that. And once they're old enough, I think, because they're 4 and 7 now, like, so we definitely can't do, you know, second dining with them now. But once they're old enough in a few years, I think we'll really enjoy that too with them.
Awesome. What are your thoughts on that, Mike? Because I know, like, especially with the podcast cruise, we try to do main dining because there's so many families and such. But do you have a preference, or do you always eat early because you wake up so early? So you probably
not most of the time I eat in real life. In real life, I eat at 4:15 every day. Because I mean, I get up at 4:45, so I eat breakfast usually at like 7:30. So I eat lunch at 11. So yeah, I'm ready, and I burn a ton of calories usually most days. But I eat early, so yeah, 5:45 dinner is perfect for me.
I think you just go to Luigi's later and get pizza too.
But that's the thing is, you know, like I see, because I've been watching vlogs, and I see the people who have the late dining. What they'll do is they'll go have like they'll go down to like Flo's V8 Cafe, you know, or something like that on the Fantasy, or, you know, whatever it is, you know, on the ships, little food court on the Wish, the whatever that is, the Marceline Market, or not Marceline, that's the food, that's the like cabana.
Well, they have like the World Foods thing or whatever.
Yeah, we're like the ribs, festival foods, like the tacos and the ribs and stuff. But you'll go down there, you know, say at like, you know, 4:00 and get like a little like fourth meal, you know, like a little snack to tide you over till 8:30. You know, and I'm kind of jealous of that.
Or just do the free room service while you're getting ready.
Yeah, exactly. Because we've never really done room service. We've done it like once or twice. And Pam says, my wife, like on this cruise, she's like, we are gonna do room service. We've always said we're going to, but the problem is we're never hungry. Like, you know, she says we're gonna get like, you know, ice cream or something late at night before we go to bed, like cookies or something.
That's our tradition on the last night of the cruise. While we do that.
But we'll order coffee and like some fruit the night before to like have a pre-breakfast before, just some coffee on the veranda before we go to Cabanas in the morning, just to kind of wake up that way.
That's a good idea. Yeah, because I know you like Scott, like sit down breakfast. I like Cabanas. I like to go up there and just kind of grab stuff off the buffet. I'm a buffet guy. Like I like get my eggs Benedict and just grabbing stuff, but like just got to sit down. That's what I love about cruising, right? Everybody gets what they like, and it's a great experience. Everybody kind of customize the trip to what they like.
So Megan, sounds like this is a Port Canaveral cruise, right? So and you're coming from Pennsylvania, so
it's actually Fort Lauderdale.
Oh, Fort Lauderdale. Okay, cool.
I'm so curious about that port too.
So probably not tying in any with Disney World stuff then if you're sailing out of Fort Lauderdale.
No, not this time. We were just in Disney World and we went in January, and then we're actually going to plan to Disneyland in March for the first time. So, yeah.
Love those first time Disneyland trips. You're getting a lot of those, Mike.
I know, and I'm telling you what, man, you're going to be hooked. I love Disneyland.
We're so excited.
Oh my God, you're going to be, I'm telling you. I saw the picture of me standing at the gates for the first, because I didn't have tickets. We got there the first night. We got there about 3 p.m. We're staying at the Disneyland Hotel. I told my family. So we went with Scott. Scott wasn't there yet. He was still in San Diego. He was driving up the next day. I walked through the Esplanade. I walked through downtown Disney, walked over to the Esplanade, at Disneyland, you can there's actually iron gates, right? When you can see the train station. I mean, it is right there. And I guess my wife was standing behind me, and I just stood at the gates, and I stood there for a good 5 minutes and just looked at the floral Mickey, the train station that said Disneyland, watched the train go by, and I was like, oh my God, I am at Disneyland. This is what I've seen on TV. And it didn't hit me that I wanted to be there so bad because I couldn't go in that day, but tickets weren't good till the next day. But I was like, I am at Disneyland. And it's going to hit you like a ton of bricks, man. I hope it does, because it was just, and the whole trip was just nonstop perfect after that. Oh, I love Disneyland.
We're going to do it the right way. We're going to stay at Disneyland Hotel and just really soak it all in. So that's the plan.
It's awesome. It's like the little Polynesian in the middle there, I think. That's me. I think it feels like the Polynesian.
Because we love Trader Sam's. So
yes. Yeah. Tango Terrace, all that stuff. Oh my God.
Well, you have to let us know about the port of Fort Lauderdale. I'm curious about that. I know it's a hike from Orlando area. So
Disney, right?
Yeah, exactly.
I think they've done a good job. I've heard good things about that they've really tried to make it super efficient, kind of a Disney feel. It's not because I sailed out of Miami one time, and it was basically just like a building, but it was, Mallory was 5. I mean, she's driving now. So that was a long time ago. This one's
now, have you seen the map that they put out a week or so ago about Lookout Point?
I did briefly. I didn't study it terribly, but the only thing I saw was you can talk about the adult area.
The adult beach is right by the family beach, and because we were like, oh yeah, we're gonna do adult beach, and it looks like it's right up against the family beach. So I'm interested how that's gonna work out.
Well, I did see though that people were commenting that was it the cabanas or something that were so remote?
Yeah,
there was one thing that was
the cabanas are right by the ship, and then everything else is on the a mile on the other side of the island.
I mean, the thing is, maps can be tricky, right? And they're still I'm sure. I mean, they've had Castaway Cay now for 25 years, and they know what works. I wouldn't trust. They're gonna know what they're doing. It's gonna be awesome. It's gonna be so because the thing was, I truly believe this. The hotel rooms at Walt Disney World got so much better because of how the cruise ships evolved, right? Because the cruise ships had to be so efficient with the storage under the beds, right? People need a place to put their junk on the cruise ships because they have to be so efficient with those rooms. That's when your bed at Pop Century or at All Stars, moderates, all of a sudden now, instead of having that big base, you can slide your suitcase under the beds, and they start adding more ports.
The pull down beds now.
Yep. I swear, the evolution of the Walt Disney World hotel room came from cruise line. They learn as the years go on what works, and so I know that the island's going to be the same way. They're taking the best of Castaway Cay, going to take it to Lookout. I have a feeling.
Yeah, I mean, it's a private Disney island. I'm sure it's going to be wonderful.
I'll go and find out, hey, because I don't have a cruise book for that yet, but I'd like to. I'd like to give some thoughts. Pam Forrester will be there before everybody else, so she'll give us some thoughts, I guarantee.
I'm sure.
Great. Yeah. That's great.
Yep. She'll have her safari outfit on and down there, letting us know. She's ready to rock. Well, hey, we appreciate anything else you got going on. Hopefully you're having a great Mother's Day, and the kids are treating you well, not driving you nuts.
A little of both, but they've done well today.
Did you get so they're the perfect age, right? To bring you breakfast in bed and spill it on your comforter or something?
They were so proud. My 4-year-old helps with the eggs, and my son helped carry the tray. Fortunately, my husband had the sense to help him carry the tray because he tripped over the dog bed as he was putting it onto my bed. But it was all good.
That's the good stuff.
And they let me dress them in matching clothes too. So
see that's what life's all about, though. You know what I'm saying? That's the stuff you remember. You'll be talking about for 30 years.
Absolutely.
Well, hey, thanks for the call and happy Mother's Day to you. We appreciate you calling in here on Mother's Day.
Thank you so much.
All right, have a good one. We'll talk to you before that cruise. Don't be a stranger. Talk to you soon.
Take care, Megan.
Okay.
All right, bye-bye.
Bye.
All right, 474139395. One more call if you'd like. Yeah, it is cruise. It's definitely cruise day, which is fine with me because you're going on 2 back to back. I'm going on 1 all in the next 50 days or so, 55 days.
Yeah, there's something about that cruise life. It's so nice, man. It's like a relaxing vacation. I mean, you're doing stuff too. Like you're doing excursions, you're getting off, and all that. But like man, I just love it. A floating hotel room.
Yes, every day you wake up to a different place, or you're just out in the middle of the ocean, which is cool with me because I'm from Missouri.
Those are cool too.
In the ocean. So, okay, got a couple of questions, and then if we don't get another call, we'll just wrap. Ryan, who's always here, we appreciate you. Ryan being on Facebook says, "Hey guys, just booked my DVC room. 11 months to go now. Thanks for helping make the waiting process more bearable. Thank you for being with us." On the topic of DVC, did you see that the new tower is available to book soon? What do you think that'll do to the monorail crowds? We're talking about the new tower over at Disney's Polynesian Village Resort, which is going to be called, it has a name, the Tropical. It has, I memorized it yesterday. Now that we're on the air, I totally just dropped the ball. I had it memorized. I was like, I need to remember that because I need to know this for my job and for the show. I want to say it had the word tropical in it.
I don't know. I just call it the DVC Polynesian Tower.
Same, but I like trying to memorize these things. Yeah. I'll get it. But the new tower is available to book soon.
Yeah, I think it's it'll be coming up in June, I think is the dates I saw. And it's gonna be kind of staggered with like DVC members because I think you can book there'll be a lot of cash rooms, I think, booking that. And the question about the monorail crowds, I don't know. I don't know what's gonna happen with that. Because
busy.
It's going to be insane.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it.
So I will continue to do my favorite mode of transportation when I say the Polynesian to Magic Kingdom, and that is boat.
Yep.
And then walk to the TTC if I want to go to Epcot. So but that's going to be busy. It's going to be busy. I'm very curious how this is all going to play out. But I don't know, Mike. It scares me. You're adding all this.
Because that tower is big. It's a lot of rooms. So you're right. And we were talking about this again in the clubhouse over on the Discord. We're having this conversation, how that is going to add a ton of capacity because the preferred method is going to be the monorail. The monorail's cool. I mean, that's why you stay at the monorail. We call them the monorail resorts. We don't call them the boat resorts. Yeah. But and also those little boat launches, they don't hold a lot of people.
They don't.
You're not talking about the ferry. I mean, you could walk to the TTC and get on the ferry, but then you're contending with all the people in the cars, the day guests, right? So that's not ideal. Those little boat, you could add capacity with the boat launches. You could add a few more of those, but I mean, how many do you think those hold? Maybe 40?
Yeah, not many. And then depending on how the walkway is at Grand Floridian, you could possibly walk to the Grand Floridian, then walk over to Magic Kingdom. But that's a long walk early in the morning.
Yeah, people are going to want to walk that.
Yeah,
I don't think.
I'm curious how that goes. I'm curious about a pool. I think in one of their artist renderings, I saw a pool, and then in this latest one, I could barely see the pool. So I'm like, please tell me that pool is still going to be there. We need that pool desperately.
You're like, was that a pool or was that a puddle? After
I know, right? Yeah. I was trying to go back and forth on the two artist renderings. I'm like, it looks a little different now. But I think we're talking about it. I think our good friend, the CFV by the numbers, was saying that's gonna be the best happily ever after view from one of those water views over there. That's gonna be amazing.
And I mean, if we got confirmation that there has to be a really nice signature restaurant at the top of that tower that's going to be the equivalent of California Grill. I mean, it's
got to be.
Right. I mean, it has to be. Also, Wesley here, as we're wrapping up the show, says checking into Riverside on Tuesday. So by the time this comes out on the feed, you're going to be there. Any tips for Riverside? I just love it, man. To me, get up sunrise, take a walk along the Sasagula. Yeah. It's like glass before that first boat goes down, and just enjoy the beauty is what I say.
Love that sunrise. Make sure you get over the French Quarter too, and get some beignets. That's one of my favorite Disney snacks. I love going there, and like Mike said, just take the walk over, just walk over. I mean, it's a little bit of a hike, but I think it's nice. and do the boats. The Sasakula boats are one of my favorite rides.
They're not running right now.
Because of the low water, right?
I know. I guess pray for a lot of rain.
Yeah, that happened last summer too, didn't it?
Yeah, it actually is supposed. I mean, I hate not trying to rain on Wesley's parade here, literally, but it is supposed to rain a ton this week coming up. I saw the forecast, so maybe they'll come back. I mean, they're
coming back for Wesley.
Is that good news? Bad news? The boats come back, but it's raining a ton. I don't know, but I mean,
we're gonna have a great time. I love the vibe at Riverside. Yeah. And Mike was talking about walk through all the buildings, like go through the mansions and Alligator Bayou. They're beautiful to look at. So,
yep. And Carolyn says Riverside is amazing, calm, peaceful. The food court is good. The food court is good.
Just make sure you order at the right food court. Right?
Oh my God, I forgot about that day. Scott's still waiting on his order. I think.
Yeah,
like in 2018.
We were ordering at French Quarter. Mike ordered his for Riverside. And then it's like, oh, we could just go over there and get it. And then you got yours right away. Like you cheated the system somehow.
I did.
And then I think I'm still waiting for that.
You are still waiting for your order. They're like, Scott, Gardner.
But everyone else in my family got their order too.
And that was really good, but I felt bad for you.
That's all right.
Last question of the day, and then we're going to call it a night, and we're going to get with our wives and get them dinner. But Teresa says, Disneyland question, Storytellers Cafe for breakfast or dinner? I've only done one. I've only done breakfast. What about you?
I've only done the breakfast there too, and I will tell you that is the right answer still, though.
That breakfast is rocking there. Oh my gosh,
it's where I was introduced. I'm going to butcher the name of it, but it's like my favorite dish, the chili quilles. That is just unbelievable. The character interaction was good. I will say though, I wish they would bring back like the Brother Bear and like Pinocchio character, not Pinocchio, like Pocahontas characters. Now it's just like, I mean, it's cool because it's Mickey and Minnie and like the gang and all that. But I loved seeing the obscure like wildlife animals while we're at Storytellers. But breakfast is really, really great. I love it. Yeah, but we're hearing that from our Disneyland expert out there that both are great. That the dinner has a wonderful buffet as well. So
I guess I haven't paid attention. I guess dinner's not characters, just maybe characters at breakfast.
Correct. Characters are at breakfast. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, the character interaction out there was amazing, though. Like, we had such good character interaction. I'm telling you, like, those chili quilles, I'd never had them because you'd been talking them up like they were. I mean, you talked them up like I talked the cinnamon chips at El Rancho del Zocalo. I preach about those things.
Yeah.
Because they're so good. And you just kept they lived up to the hype, man.
Dude, they are amazing.
They are worth the price.
They have some like great like bread pudding. They have an omelet station there too. Like, it's one of the better Disney buffets that I've been to for sure. So yeah, but I mean, like the prime rib and bread pudding at dinner time too. Like, you can't go wrong is really the answer. I guess the question is like, do you want the character interaction? And I would say
yes.
Like, and you compare it to like, is it Goofy's Kitchen, which I'm not the biggest fan of. Their menu is kind of weird to me. So like, if you're like with kids want to do like a character breakfast, like definitely do the Storytellers. You won't be disappointed at all.
Yeah, it was a really cool. The atmosphere was cool. The food was amazing. The characters are great. Okay, a couple shout outs before we get out of here. First of all, Jacob Snell says currently sitting waiting for Fantasmic to start and boarding the Wish tomorrow.
Ooh.
So bon voyage and start the wave. Yeah. Right here. Ready, Scott? Start the wave so Jacob can start it. There we go. Start the wave at Fantasmic.
Okay, already starting the wave at Fantasmic.
I love it. We just started the wave at Fantasmic on the podcast. And there you go. Exactly. Somewhere beyond the sea.
I love Fantasmic. That last trip we did, we went twice and we saw it twice. It is like, I don't know, we just like fell in love with it or something because I love like the new show, like the updates they've done. Like, oh man, it's so good.
And the final shout out of the night is from Jason Miller, who's tuned in on Facebook, who just let us know. He said, I could use some fries with parm cheese from Primo Piatto right now. You and me, brother. You and me. Scott, you want some fries?
Yeah, I'll take some fries. And a salad and a flatbread. Let's just go for it all. Let's hit the home run here.
Burger. They have a great burger. Let's go.
Yeah. And then we'll go to Bar Riva and get a couple old fashions. There we go.
This is why we have the Sunday night call-in shows, because you guys are awesome. We get to hang out every week. We get to take your calls. We get to hang out in the chat. And this is what we do all the time over in the Discord. So come on over and join us. beourguestpodcast.com/Discord. This is the clubhouse. And this is where we love to hang out with you every single day. So come on over and join us. Don't forget our show brought to you by The Magic for Less Travel. We'd love to help you plan your next Disney vacation, whether it's down to Walt Disney World, Disneyland, Disney Cruise Line, or Adventures by Disney. No additional cost to you. and lots of little booking bonuses. So check them out this week over at themagicforless.com. Please also use our Amazon affiliate link. It's beourguestpodcast.com/Amazon. That really helps us out. And especially thank you to our Patreon supporters. You guys make all of this possible. The video hosting, the audio hosting, the bandwidth, that stuff all adds up. And it's because of you that we can do all of this. So a huge thank you to you. And if you'd like to support us, just $5 a month, you get that bonus show. It's called Mike in the Midwest. Today we did a show. It was about the other mothers in our lives. And, you know, I don't talk to my mom very much, but I've had a lot of other mother figures in my life, my grandmas, and especially the teacher next door, not the one that I married, the teacher that was on the other side in 133.
That sounds like a really like weird movie or sitcom. The teacher next door.
I said that to Pam, and we were going to have Spaghetti Factory yesterday for Mother's Day, and I was trying to, you know, I like to give the daughters the heebie-jeebies, you know, every once in a while, you know, how you do like as parents. And I was like, yeah, I did marry the teacher next door. And like, that's your mom. And so they're like, shut up. I'm like, well, you know, you know, so it kind of freaks them out. But, so yeah, but the other teacher next door was this really older veteran teacher who was just like, she's like solid, right? I mean, I could go to her for like just great advice every day. And she was just kind. And, you know, I never thought about it, but as a young teacher, being like one of the only males in a building of like a staff of like 90 people and like 3 guys in the building, I could always go to her for advice. And she was a very motherly person. So like, I need to send her a message and just say, thank you for being kind of like a surrogate mother in those times. So that's kind of what we talked about today on Mike in the Midwest. We talked about some other things, but that's kind of what you get. So if you want to join us, patreon.com/BeOurGuestPodcast. Let's see what else. Give Scott a follow on the social media. He's got a lot going on. He vlogs. He's on the social media all over the place. So check him out. Epscott, EPSCOT. I'm at Be Our Guest Mike. You can find us on Twitter, Instagram, and Threads. And we talked about the clubhouse, beourguestpodcast.com/Discord. You need to get there ASAP so you can talk with us all the time over there. And we'll do this again next Sunday night, 7:00 Eastern, 6:00 Central, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, and Instagram. I think that's it. Love the shows this week, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And this Monday, got another guest from the UK. He's awesome. It's Ian. He's in our Discord. I'm telling you what, you're going to love it. We got a thing going with these UK guests who stay up late. I'm telling you, you're going to love it. It's going to be a good show. So get ready. It's coming out here in just a couple hours. If you're watching live, if you're on the feed, you've heard it on Monday, but it's going to be a good show. Ian was awesome. So we're going to get out of here, have some great shows for you this week. But as always, we just appreciate you supporting our show. So thank you so much for that. Scott, have some fun with Elizabeth. Tell her I said happy Mother's Day.
Same to you and Pam and all the awesome moms that are out there.
Absolutely. All right. So everybody else, you guys stay safe, stay healthy, and we'll see you real soon. All right. 7:01. All right. Good stuff. All right. Well, have fun. Go get some dinner.
Got to go have dinner with the girls. So, all right. Tell the girls we say hello.
Yep, I will. All right. Take care, everybody. I'll see you.
Good night, everyone. Bye.
Bye.